We are in the dog days of seasonal depression right now between all of the snow and the ice that we've been getting, temperatures like this, and everything else that's been going on in the world. These are bleak times, and sometimes the best thing to do is just look the seasonal depression right between the eyes and lean in. Sometimes you just got to show it that you can't be beat. So if that's where you are right now, here are 4 books that are incredibly bleak and depressing, but where you can also find little kernels of hope and joy. First is Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I gotta be honest, this is one of the most heart-wrenching books that I've ever read. The ending is an absolute gut punch of hopelessness. However, the writing is very beautiful, and the way that the characters navigate this incredibly hopeless existence that they find themselves in, they approach it with grace, and it's actually kind of nice to watch because I don't think I would handle this situation nearly as well. So definitely bleak and depressing, but also a great read overall. Next is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Definitely check the trigger warnings before you read this one. This is one of the most brutal books that I have ever read. The things that the main character goes through are unbelievable and terrible, and definitely for me at times too much. However, the kernel of joy that you find throughout this entire book is the friendship that he finds with his friends, and as they go through life together, experience a lot of tragedy and terrible shit, but they remain friends, and the friendship is what carries them through. Next is No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is basically a book about a person who goes through their entire life so utterly depressed that they don't even believe that they are part of the human race. And it is exactly as depressing as that sounds. However, through the lack that the character experiences, in some way you can kind of find out how to become a human yourself. By seeing what this person doesn't have and seeing how their depression affects them, it can almost give you an appreciation for the things in your own life. So this one is incredibly dark, but also I do think it's important to read, so you should read it. And last, we have Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. This is a work of classic literature where a person who is incredibly low IQ, developmentally disabled, takes a experimental drug that launches their intelligence into the stratosphere, and you watch them change as a person, realize things about themselves and their life, and then at a certain point, it starts to come back down, which is absolutely tragic to witness. It does highlight a lot of some of the negative aspects of people, both smart people and dumb people, and the way that society at large kind of interacts with both of those types of people. But at the same time, this can give you a better understanding of how to deal with the people in your life, the people that you interact with, and just gives a humanization to a lot of people, which in the time we live in now with the internet and how cruel people are to each other online, this is something good to read because it'll give you more of an appreciation for every type of human being out there and just show you that you need to be kind to everybody. So as depressing as all 4 of these books are, you can find good things about them, and I think that that's the way we should approach life and the world right now, and try to find the good parts in your life and try to find the good parts in the world. I know there's not a ton, especially on social media.